guys, and welcome back to another lip balm review. And look at that, I actually made a nice new clean checklist too, because the other one, it was tired and old. I think it was like 2 years old, so finally got a new one made and it's all clean and pristine. So anyway, today we are reviewing another one of the holiday mini pucker-ups from Sally Beauty, and this one is in cinnamon, because apparently I did not review this one yet. It was the apple cider one. I was right all along, so okay. As you can tell, it's itty-bitty and really cute. Like, this would even fit— do I have one of those on here? Yeah, it would totally fit even in, like, this pocket right here on jeans, just saying. And that's, like, the tiny pocket that doesn't work for anything. I feel like it was designed for things like this. But yeah, I wouldn't advise putting this one in there because the cap, like, flies right off, so that's basically guaranteed disaster if you put it in a pocket, so just throwing that out there. But yeah, so format-wise, obviously, it's a stick, a little mini stick. It's only got— how much is in it? Supposedly, there's 0.12 ounces in this. I don't know about you, but, this is 0.15, and it's filled with product to here, and then this is here to here. I feel like there's more of a discrepancy than 0.3 ounces, just saying. So I feel like somebody's lying here. And no, it's not even bigger around. So explain, Sally Beauty, explain. But yeah, so packaging-wise, it's very, very plain and basic. I mean, even the outer packaging with the little snowflakes on it is still pretty basic. I mean, it's got the ingredients on there. There's none listed here. This just has the amount that's in it, a caution discontinue use if irritation occurs, and the distributed by info, as well as pucker-ups, scented lip balm, cinnamon. It's literally all it says, and the rest of it's just red. Very plain, very basic. No bullshit. So, it's not natural or organic by any means. It's totally synthetic, but that's okay. And it's limited edition, but honestly, I don't know if they discontinue it at the non-holiday parts of the year, or if they just sell it year-round as a holiday pack, but it is what it is, and it's part of this 3-pack that also has apple cider and peppermint in it, so this leaves us with peppermint to still be reviewed at some point, but it will happen this year, so. Anyway, shelf life on it is 24 months after opening, so we're good. But there's no, like, hardcore expiration date to worry about, so. Price, I honestly don't remember what it was, but I do remember that I was surprised at how cheap the pucker-ups were overall, so remember it wasn't bad, whatever it was. I would check the Sally Beauty website, because that's where I bought them. But it was last year, so I don't know if they're still up or not. But, sturdiness-wise, the turn wheel isn't wiggly, but this cap, though, like, oh my gosh. This cap is a disaster, and it's super flimsy. Yeah, I don't trust that cap as far as I can throw it. I can throw it pretty far, although I think that's the opposite of that phrase's meaning. Anyway, so, yeah, there's no special features like SPF or medication. Let's talk about the scent, and I feel like this one might have some color payoff, too, because it's pretty red wax in there. Ooh, this smells like a lot like this guy here, but stronger. This is like what this should have smelled like. Oh my goodness. But it's that very similar kind of Yankee Candle cinnamon scent, in my opinion, but there's also like a little hint of honey in there as well, if you ask me. But, it's interesting. I like it. But, yeah, it thankfully is a lot stronger than the chapstick Holiday Cinnamon, but at the same time, not too strong to where it would mess with anybody, so I think that's fantastic. But, anyway, let's try it on, just see how it is. And we're gonna watch carefully to see if it gives any color. Ooh, it does have a little bit. I should close my— maybe I shouldn't. If they turn up that radio anymore, I might need to, just so this doesn't get false flagged for copyright. I think it's far enough away and quiet enough to where it won't mess anything, but, Ooh. And you definitely smell it once it's on your lips, in case anybody was curious if you could or not. I'm actually surprised at how soft the wax is in this. It's really thin, though. So, I suppose that goes hand in hand with one another, but not all super soft lip balms are thin. Some of them are just, like, really, I don't know, really mushy and waxy and cakey. This one's not. It feels very wet, actually. It almost feels like a gloss once it's on, which is surprising. This almost doesn't feel like a lip balm. It just feels super slick. I'm very surprised at that. And as you can see, it's really shiny. It's not bad, just stating it. I'm not complaining at the way it feels. I'm just surprised by it. It caught me off guard. It kind of feels like a hybrid of, like, olive oil and Vaseline. It's an odd consistency, but it's not bad. So, just saying. Just saying. Yeah, it smells just as strong on your lips as it does in the tube. There's not a lot of lip balms I can say that about, because a lot of times, yeah, you can still smell it once it's on, but it's nowhere near as heavy. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked. So, I feel like I should do the kiss test because of the color and see how bad the color comes off. Alright, here we go. Yeah, it does a little bit. It's not super bad, though. You can see a little outline. But yeah, it's not as bad as I was expecting, so I don't know that I would necessarily dock it a point for that. I mean, if it comes off, like, really bright red or something, then that's sometimes something I'd do one for, but I think on this one, it's passable. It's pretty light. That's light enough to where I could probably wipe the back of my hand on my jeans and it'd just be gone, but I'm not gonna do that, because I don't want it on my leg. So, just very interesting consistency. However, I'm noticing something else. For as wet and greasy as it feels, I have to wonder if that slight tint of color, if there's, like, color crystals in here that didn't 100% dissolve, because there's, like, a very, very, very slight grittiness in there. That I'm not loving. Anything that has that is, like, an instant turn off to me, which is sad because I love the way this smells. But, I think I'd wear it anyway. I mean, at least it's not really bad like some of them are. But, yeah. It does feel pretty moisturizing, though, for as wet as it is. I bet it'll do a great job. Or, alternately, it'll just soak in and the cinnamon will irritate the crap out of your lips and make them peel more. I really don't know. It's a crapshoot. It could go either way. But I'm thinking it probably won't be the latter, it'll be the former, and it'll actually just do its job, because Pucker Ups are such an underrated brand that actually, like, works surprisingly well, and yet so many people have, like, never even heard of them or even aware that they exist, much less do they trust them to be good, because they're just a cheap little brand sold in a beauty supply store. But, you know, there is a reason that the people who do know of them tend to rave about them. They are pretty good. I'm trying to tell if there's flavor. I don't think there is. No. Actually, it's a little bit of a gross taste from it, so, I'm not so wild on that. But, I mean, it's not bad enough to where I'm like, I'm just like, some lip balms just kind of have that, but it's not terrible. I'm gonna do the ring test, though. I don't see it passing that. Oh, my dribbled. That's gross. The wetter I get it, the more of the grittiness is coming out. Hmm. It's not 100% worn off from that, but I do feel a very thin spot. So I think if I were to keep drinking from this, or if I were drinking from a glass specifically, it probably would come all the way off, so it's gonna fail that. Now, do I think it has the wow factor? I think scent-wise it does, so I'm gonna give it a yes on that, because generally, the wow factor for me, sometimes it applies the scent, sometimes it's just the overall effect, but usually I tend to go with the scent above everything, but I'm gonna go ahead and say yes on that, so let me think. What will I dock it points for? I also just realized it totally matches my nails, like 100%. That's crazy. I just noticed that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, I'm going to dock it a point for how small an amount there is in it, because even though I know it claims 0.12 ounces, I call BS. There's no way that's 0.12. So A, they get docked a point for lying, and B, they get docked a... No, I'm only gonna dock them 1 point for it, but for there just being such a smaller amount in it, even though they have no problem charging the same as they would for a full-size stick. So there's that. Ooh, I hear the John Lennon Christmas song on downstairs. I'm sorry, I just had a moment where I was like... But, anyway, the weird grittiness in the consistency, I think I am gonna dock a point for that. Because while at first it didn't seem that bad, as soon as it got wet, it got a lot more pronounced. So that, that's kind of a bummer for me. And the drink test was a fail. But that still leaves us with a good 7 out of 10. So that's above average. Just saying. So I would still check this set out if you can find it. I don't know if they're still selling it or not, but if they are, I'd still say pick it up, because it was a pretty cheap set. And you get 3 in it, even though they're undersized, but they all smell pretty good. It is what it is. Just saying, if you're not too picky about your lip products, you just want to try out something that smells nice and is a little bit fun, go ahead and try it. So, anyway, that's all I have to say for this one. So, as usual, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, leave comments down below, and if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, bye.